what I want you to consider is forget about the camera. Yeah, it is now. What I want you to do is forget about the camera, because I think sometimes when we acknowledge the camera or we know it's recording, it just makes us a little bit more tense, right? But if we just forget that it's there, it'll allow you to open up and capture the magic of some of the training we do. Like some of the stuff that really motivates me as a team leader or trainer, coach, is when I get to work with you all as a coach and give you some tips, or like, this is how you do this. Okay, for example, you were telling me yesterday about commission, right? How some people don't believe in being in a job that pays with commission, right? Tell me about that. Like, what does that mean exactly?
Because everyone is so used to routine. Like I said, everyone is so used to routine. They're comfortable in it. They're like, they have something to rely on, like a plan, which is good. I'm not saying there's a lot of successful people out there who don't really do commission, and they are doctors or like lawyers, and like they're good, right? And they do some commission, but everything is a commission, no matter what routine or wherever path you go. You sell yourself to be a doctor. You sell yourself to be a lawyer. You prove to that person, like, I know my knowledge. I studied this topic. I'm going to sell myself as a doctor to you, that I can fix you. I can make your heart better. I can, do your body scans, like, to trust you. Doctors present themselves. They sell themselves that they can trust.
Right. So I know what you're saying, because I know the topic. Like, I know what you're saying because I know the topic really well.
Yeah.
Which is, everything in reality is a sell. We've talked about that.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Everything is a commission.
Everything's commission. Like,
even that people don't believe that, because it's like, I tell people this. One of the things I've always told people is, I've always told people this is like, you want to know what's interesting about sales? They're like, what? Like, you hate sales, right? They're like, people be like, yeah, I hate sales. Like, you just sold yourself on that idea. So in order for you to say that, you bought something that you sold yourself. So you're already selling yourself, right?
Everything's a sell.
Right.
Like, when it comes to dating, like, that person.
You have to be so careful with people that aren't salespeople, because sometimes that's their angle. You get it? Like, if I look, I'm Jacob Adams, right? I've been trained in how to sell.
Yeah.
I have a business degree. I study marketing. I lead a team. We practice sales techniques on our team, right?
Yeah.
So you see how I'm coming out and telling you that? Okay. So someone's gonna go, okay, so you know how to sell. It's like, yeah. I understand the concept, yeah. So they're gonna be like, oh, okay. Right? They're gonna kind of be like, I get it. Now, they're almost gonna kind of have a little guard on you, right? Like, okay.
Because they find us untrustful.
Well, yeah, but that's the other thing. But I'm saying is, be careful with people that say they don't like selling.
Yeah, they don't like selling.
Because that person is gonna be, it's almost gonna be like, you don't have to worry about me. I don't sell.
Yeah, I get you.
You get me? So it's almost more like, it's like, once you understand, wait, everything is ourselves, and you told me you don't like sales.
He's selling himself.
So what are you selling? You get it? And so some people will be like, well, he's not selling anything. He says he doesn't like sales. No. You're selling something. You have to. To exist, you have to sell something. Even if it's in your own brain. I just sell myself that I'm a loser. I have no hope. I'm not going to achieve anything. I'm going to stay at home, watch TV, and eat. You sold yourself that idea.
Yeah.
You get it? It's like, no, I didn't. I hate sales. You sold all those ideas. And you bought them all. Right?
Bought them all.
Yeah. So it's like, boy, no. I was like, yes. You get me? And then, so then now watch. That person in that moment, they're like, no. I was like, yes. See how there's two salespeople in that situation?
Yeah.
One person's going, no, I'm not selling myself in this idea.
One's just negative.
Yeah, I'm just like, you are selling yourself on that idea. Stop selling yourself on that idea.
Everything.
And then, so then in that transaction, there's two salespeople. One person thinks, I'm not a salesperson. I'm not selling myself this idea. And I'm saying, yes, you are. and you keep doing it, so stop doing it. So there's two energies. And then at the end of the day, whoever's the most persuasive is the one that's going to win and make the sell.
I agree.
And somebody could be like, Jacob, what are you talking about? I was like, no. You knew what I said. You know what I said. And so I'm saying, that's what life is, right? Okay, so what's your thoughts? Now going back to, you've heard people. So has anyone told you anything about commission? Because you mentioned it briefly yesterday, that sometimes people don't believe in it or don't believe that it's a thing. And it's like, it's actually, if you want to go anywhere in life, you actually have to communicate and sell.
Yeah, communication is key. And I know it's like very vague, but it's really real. Actually, it's really real. Like every job, you have to communicate right on that specific topic. So I recently told some acquaintances of mine. They were friends, but not acquaintances. We just went different paths. I wish them the best. It's like we just went separate ways. And I just told them like I wanted to pursue my career in commission and sales, and that's what I desire. That's what I'm good at. And I'm not trying to hate on them. Like they want to go to this path routine where they want to be in the Matrix. So I'm like, I'm not mad.
The Matrix. You refer to the Matrix.
The Matrix.
That's very interesting. Keep going.
And I was like, okay, well, I'm not judging you. I support you no matter what. And they were just like, oh, like, good luck. Like they didn't really know what to say. The energy just wasn't as supportive as I was to them.
Okay, great. Yeah. Pause right there. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. The good luck. Okay. See that right there, that energy I felt, and I wasn't even there, but I already know that energy. And it brought up this idea I wanted to talk about, actually. And I'm going to use this, but I want you to finish. So I'm going to use my shirt to wipe this down. I mean, tell me about it, right? So watch. Tell
Gold's gym material.
Would you give me that marker? It's way over there.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so clumsy.
Okay. So
want a paper towel too?
That's fine. Yeah. Give me. Okay. Okay. So you brought up the Matrix, right? That one's super interesting. Okay. And then we brought up here commission, right?
Yeah.
We talked about sales, and then we talked about the friend, and we could say hater vibes. But we're going to put in parentheses like we don't know, maybe question mark.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, these are all very interesting topics. Which one should we go into first?
The Matrix.
The Matrix. Okay.
More interesting.
Okay. Tell me what this is to you, the Matrix. This is like pretty profound. I have a good understanding of what the Matrix is.
Yeah.
Have you even seen the Matrix?
I just heard about it. I did some research on it.
The movie?
No, I never seen the movie.
You've never seen the movie, so it's a really good movie. Anyway, go on.
Can you explain the movie?
Well, no, because I'd rather because
yeah, just my point of view.
Yeah, because
my perspective. Okay.
Yeah, just understand. Like, there's people that love the Matrix. There's people that understand your level of the Matrix and however you came to say those words. People like myself understand your perspective and understand the movie The Matrix, and have seen this whole development of where people like yourself will use that word. Remember I told you, like, the mind is like a program. And once you exhibit that you have some symptoms of that program, people that have the other part of the program enter that conversation. They're like, the Matrix. So it becomes like, stop right there. And then so now it opens up a conversation that we're about to get into right this second. You understand what I'm saying? Remember I told you that concept of the mind, and it's like when you speak, you have these little, almost like little components that let me know. Okay, go. So talk about the Matrix.
It's a dreadful routine.
Routine?
It's a routine. Not a routine that you specifically like. Just a routine just to get you through the day, to have some kind of hobby that gets you money. But most the Matrix is just a hobby that'll get you money. Like you completely lose yourself. You lose your health. The hobby for your health, the hobby for your social life, the hobby for personally just finding yourself. You're just so focused on the hobby to make your money that you actually lose the actual potential that you have.
I love it. Great. So when you said, and here's another thing, you said something about the person you talked to that said good luck with that or whatever, kind of like luck with that in a way.
Good luck, yeah.
Yeah. What was this person doing? Because you said they were going into the matrix. What was that career, or what does that
education
mean? Like teaching.
Teaching.
Okay. I agree with the teaching thing being part of the matrix. Here's why I didn't become a teacher. Because I thought about it for a minute. I did. And I was in the fitness industry for a while, and I came back. I did that. I was like, maybe I should do teaching. It's more like secured income. That's, I think, why people do it, right? And then I was like, here's what I saw. Yeah. I told this to somebody. I go, here we are in this region where people are having a bunch of kids, unplanned pregnancies. And then they take these unplanned pregnancies and send them to school. And so I said, so then if I'm teaching their kids, I'm in a way part of their plan, which was not even planned. Yeah. So I'm going to like get paid because the way the government's subsidying, because in other words, if they had to pay for that school, they wouldn't pay for it. They're sending the kids to school in a way because it's free. Yeah. And so if I put myself in that system to be part of that job, it's like I'm now making sure that their kids get educated, and they didn't even plan to have those kids. It was just like a fun night sometimes, right? So here I am, I went to school, went to college, put all this effort to plan my career, and it's like, here I am now having to be part of, you teach my kids who I didn't plan for. Yeah. Does that make any sense? Yeah, now, you could think I'm going there, and people are like, oh my gosh, like my sister's a teacher, and she told me this, yep, that's exactly right. And see what I'm saying? Yeah. And so she spent most of her life teaching now. And it's like,
and like no hating.
And I want to add one last thing about that. And then she told me, she goes, Jacob, I realized that I gave so much of my life teaching other people's kids. And then I asked myself, what about my kids? And that's harsh, right? Yeah. Because she felt like she wasn't giving her kids time. And I think that's why I'm saying this is why these conversations in some ways, see how like you just enter the conversation, it just really goes deep, where it's like, these are the conversations. These are the conversations that are anti-matrix, because it makes you really kind of go, it's so real, right? The system is just churning this out, and there's no end in sight. It's just like, and then people would wonder why they're average, or why they have an average physique, average health, average income, average everything. It's because you're being part of a system that it's designed to just get people fed, basic housing, basic clothing, basic education, and just have a lot of it. Because so then once a person starts reading, so remember I told you I like that you read and stuff. Once a person starts really thinking critically, like, I'm gonna eat good food, I'm gonna watch what I think, I'm gonna really, really think about it. That person starts cracking out of the matrix. So critical thought is the enemy of the matrix. Go on.
Honestly, yeah, you said it all.
No, but yeah, is there anything more about the matrix then?
No. And like, no hate to people in the matrix. They're disciplined to what they like. Sometimes people love being teachers, and I'm not hating on that. It's just something I wouldn't really prefer.
Yeah. Like if somebody does it, yes. Like if you're
they're selling themselves as a teacher. So back to the commission.
If the purpose is the air, like. Yeah. But if I were to do it, if I was doing it, it wouldn't have been for that. Yeah. Like what I do now for coaching, what I do this moment, like working with you here, or the workout, or pushing my body, you can tell I love it, right? Yeah. Like nobody's like, make sure you're lifting 300 pounds today. It comes from like, no, I really want this. I really want to be in good shape. I want to push it for me. And so that's always been so important to me. I do think though, and I do think that you're right. One thing that I was thinking today, and I wanted to talk to you about and make a video about and all this stuff, is that I do think that if you chase only after money and you don't discover a way to cultivate something to get that money,
you don't have that impact.
You're slowly going to get swindled out of your body's health and your energy and your creativity, because you kind of sold out. In other words, whatever was calling you, you're like, I want to be a painter. Man, I really want to be a painter. Like, that's what I dream about all day. And then you're like, but I'm going to go work at O'Reilly's and just work my way to be a manager and hate it, but I'll make this much a year.
Yeah.
And it's like, so you're gonna hate it. You're gonna hate it.
Yeah, where you could save that time as a painter, profound your beautiful creativity, and sell your paintings.
Yeah.
You know, like put that in commission. You'll save more time. You'll actually find more potential in yourself to create more paintings. Maybe you weren't that good, but if you invest that time in your paintings, you'll become successful. You'll start selling them, making more, maybe like more personal. Like you have like a client that wants this painting, you'll do it for them. Like use your hobby, use your creativity, like use your painting in that commission, sell yourself. That's how you get more money. And that's how you get more money, you get healthier, you start loving yourself more, you get more confident, you get the whole package.
Yeah. Like this 90-day challenge I've been bringing up with you, it's, you could say, this 90-day challenge. I know myself enough. I trust myself. Watch. Listen to the elements. I trust myself enough. I have enough courage. I have enough experience. I have enough vision. I have enough of all of this, right? I have enough resilience. So some people worry about, well, what do I get from it? It's like, here's the thing. It's like, I said, I trust myself. I have enough vision. I have enough that I trust myself so much that it's like, I already know that whatever comes out here, I'm going to like. I have to just get there.
And whatever you like, you pursue in it. You sell yourself more in it, and that's how you get
once you have your plan, now you have to work it. Right? And so this whole process is a creative process.
Which is a meta idea.
Yeah. This is a creative process here, this 90-day challenge. And so for me, just being in it is worth everything because it's so vulnerable. It's so like, really is vulnerable. It's so vulnerable. There's no guarantee. It's only based upon the vision, the trust, the courage, the like, and so you're really like real time. And so I think people are there's people like the Matrix is because they want to be told this. I swear is what it is. They want to be told, look, I need you to show up here, and you're gonna make a certain amount. Don't worry about going too high. You're always gonna be this much, okay? So as long as you don't spend more than this, you'll be fine. Yeah. You have to stay here. Commission thinking or growing as a person is, look, right now you're here, but if you want more and apply yourself and work harder, then you can go here. And then if you do that, then you can go here. And then if you keep growing, you can go here if you want more. But you have to want more.
You really have to want.
Right, yeah, exactly. So some people are afraid to feel that feeling of want. This takes everything. Waking up in the morning, like even this conversation, and think about like, how are we going to record this or whatever. Just trust that there's no video, right? Yeah. Like trust. Like see how, okay, when we said let's forget the video, you see how for a moment we forgot it, right? Yeah. And it's like in that moment, you see how now it feels like it feels sometimes when there's no video. And so that's what I'm saying. Doesn't this feel like more alive? And I was telling you yesterday that just feeling alive, once you're here, everything clicks and you end up here. But some people want to be here, like, hey, you can only go here. And they want to feel alive. And it's like, you can't. Yeah. You're gonna have a certain level of life, but you have to put a risk.
You're gonna feel depressed.
Yeah. The risk is where people feel alive. Like risk is what makes people feel alive.
I like risk.
You know what I mean? So, and I'll show you, like if you say, I'm gonna flip a quarter, right? You just right now, okay. Heads, you win, tails, I lose. $10. Are you ready? You could be like, I guarantee I flip that quarter, all of a sudden, I got your attention. You're like, oh, yeah, I hope that it's my win, right? Yeah. And all of a sudden, that's what I'm saying. The risk makes it exciting. And when you have risk,
to look something to look forward to. And that's how you get value. That's how you get purpose.
Right, because everyone else is on the sideline thinking that's stupid. Like, I know that somebody's going to watch some of these videos and go, that's so stupid.
And that's why you use those haters.
Yeah. You see how it's
those haters.
Yeah,
it's all in one thing. You use those haters for that motivation.
You with enough practice, you see all the variables. Yeah. With enough of these practices and processes, you see the variables and you're just like, I get it. That's fine. That's fine. I get it. It's fine. Because you've seen it so many times that you're like, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But when you're new to the processes, then it's like, okay, there's risk. It's like there's always been risk. There's risk every day. There's risk when I got here. I've been in car accident. What's going on? There's risk all the time. What's up? Right? Because you've seen it so many times. Like there's always risk. It's never gone. It's never ever gone. You know what I mean? Like, so I was like, Jacob, well, you need to hit this deadline and this goal. It's like, it happens every month. There's always this deadline and there's always this goal. Always there. It never goes away. So once you experience that enough times, what was once like, oh my goodness, it's just like, that's my reality. I deal with it all the time. That's just what I do now. And then you're like, then it becomes like, well, how do I get more? How do I get more risk? How do I get more?
You always want the hunger for more.
Right. That's what makes you feel alive and everything. Anyway, so in closing, do you have any last thoughts or anything like that?
Honestly, as long as we keep up this commission to sell yourself in life, always go to your full potential. Then you'll have that risk. That risk will give you more value, more purpose to look forward in life. And that's the end goals. You just want the end goals.
Okay. I think the next time we make a video, or if you want to today, what we could do is you try to sell me something as an idea. Like it could be like a real live sell.
Yeah.
Make it be like a Snicker bar or a protein bar. And then you could see like Jacob, you know what I mean? Like see if there's a way you can sell. Like, in other words, I think that once you
like different scenarios.
One of the things I like to do with people is show them you're already a salesperson. You just got to use what you already do.
We can show like different scenarios. For example, like let's say like boy and girl in relationship, or let's say mother and father, or let's say friendship. We can show them like how life is a commission in each scenario.
Well, you, for example, your style of sales, I think you use a lot of charm. Like that's what I think. Like if somebody said, "What's Nicole's?" kind of like, I think you're very charming, or you use that little charm thing you do. Yeah. And I think that's one of your strengths in sales, or you can say communication, or being a people person. Like that's period.
I think your sales is you're very like father figure. Like I'm very real with you. Like this is serious. I'm disciplined. Your masculinity brings out like the trust in people.
Cool. Yeah. Like in other words, my experience.
Yeah, your experience, and you could just tell that. Oh, like he came here for no games. You know, like no one wants to test you. It's like the way your body language is. You're puffed up your chest. You're tall. You're very confident.
Yeah.
You know what you're saying. Like you have that knowledge, and people can rely on you.
Yeah. Well, I really appreciate that. Till next time.
Till next time.
All right. Okay. So